when God is angry, anything can happen. He was angry with Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar woke up in the morning a king. He went to bed, an animal. For 7 years, God wants to show him. And the original majesty. But after 7 years, that fellow became sober. And God said, all right, I restore. Nobody touched the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar for 7 years. He put his leg on the kingdom. I said, nobody must touch this. This boy has offended me. I'm teaching him a lesson. As soon as he's sober, I restore. You must avoid sinning against the Most High. Then your promotion will be permanent. In the case of David, how come God picked up a shepherd boy and turned him to a king and even promised him? He said, your kingdom will be forever. Bartimaeus saw her that Jesus was passing by. What did he say? Jesus, thou son of who? David. The shepherd boy became the great grandfather of Jesus Christ himself. So the kingdom of David is still continuing. But what is it that God said about David in Acts of the Apostles chapter 13? Acts of the Apostles chapter 13, you can read it from verses 20 downwards. God said, I have found me a man who will do all my will. I have found a boy in the bush who is already singing my praise. That boy who is already saying, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. God said, go and get that boy. Are you ready to do God's will all the days of your life? It doesn't matter where you are hidden. It will bring you into the open. And the sun of somebody is about to rise. And when your sun rises, God can see to it that it will never set. But it is up to you. Will you surrender to Him? Will you make sure you don't sin against Him? Will you be willing to do all His will? The choice is yours. When He picks anybody, Bible, that passage, 1 Samuel chapter 2, in verse 8 there, He says, He can pick a beggar from the dunghill and cause him to sit among princes. That's what my God can do. I'll tell you one little story and then we'll close so that I can use myself as an example to you. I've told you, my father was so poor. Poor people called him poor. The day himself and his colleagues were clearing the family compound years ago. And, as small boys, they began to talk. One said, in future, when I grow up, I will build my house here. Another one said, I will build my own next to you. My father said, I will build my own house. Every one of them said, shut up. Everybody is talking about building a house. You are talking of building. For the first 18 years of my life, I had no pair of shoes. And look at me today. Supernatural elevation. And until you surrender completely to God, until you make up your mind, I won't offend him. I will do his will. The elevation will not start. If it has started, it will stop. But he wants you to keep rising, as long as you will surrender to him and do his will. So please, if you want to surrender your life to Jesus completely, asking him to take over your life from now on, please come and stand before the altar. I will pray with you. God will save your soul, and your elevation will begin.